Edwin De Los Santos warns Keyshawn Davis that he better not stand still. He better run throughout the fight, because if he gets bold and tries to trade too much, it could get ugly. Edwin also talks about Keyshawn versus Shakur Stevenson in terms of who he thinks is better. Spoiler alert, he thinks Shakur Stevenson is a more complete fighter than Keyshawn Davis. In this video, that's what I want to talk about, what Edwin De Los Santos said in a brand new interview, what he's been saying, and ultimately give you guys my thoughts. From the top, now Edwin De Los Santos is gearing up for an upcoming fight June 7th with Keyshawn Davis. And he's talking a bit spicy. In a brand new interview with Fight Hype, he says, quote, "If I connect, I don't think the fight will continue because it'll end right there." He goes on to say, "I don't worry about what plan he has. I did say that he won't run like Shakur did, but I'm not going to worry about that. We're going to figure him out in the fight. He came out talking. He looked like he was on vacation. He wants to go on vacation. I'm going to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. My hard work, you'll see the results of that." Edwin continues to go on saying, "That's the reality. Everyone knows the skills and mobility Shakur Stevenson has that sets him apart from Keyshawn and what he has done in his fights. I've been studying him for quite some time, but on the day of the fight, we will know. We will go in there and see what we need to do." So he said he's been, keeping an eye out and he knows what to expect. He goes on to say, because Floyd Mayweather was checking in on Keyshawn, that's good for Floyd, the new generation that he's supporting, but that's nothing that's going to help him, because Mayweather won't give him 4 arms in the ring. He's not going to give him 4 legs. Mayweather will be outside and Keyshawn will be in the ring. So he's saying that that's nice that he's giving you pointers and checking on your sparring, but Floyd can't help you. Like I said before, all time. Keyshawn Davis, he's a young, hell of a champion. He's a young, hungry lion, and at the end of the day, I make millions. I'm fighting Miguel Cotto. I'm not here to talk about Pacquiao. You can ask Pacquiao about Pacquiao, but I'm here to talk about Miguel Cotto. Hell of a, right? Floyd can't help you. Well, boxing is definitely heating up. Now, I respect Edwin De Los Santos. I've said it. I'm going to keep saying it. People can say, "Oh, you're making excuses." I don't give a I don't care what y'all talk about. I've been doing this 10 plus years. Get off my back. If you don't like my message, scram. Again, you have different content creators, different agendas, different fans and media. They're going to try to spin it like, and make it about race and other things like that. Race definitely plays a part in this boxing game, but I think we need not confuse every single situation, because some things just are what they are. And I don't care if you like it. I'm here to tell the truth. Edwin De Los Santos took a year off and he had health complications. That's my only fear, because Top Rank is notorious for doing this. Top Rank will get a fighter a name, right? But when you look under, you have to have a keen eye to see what is happening. But this is what they do. They'll take a named fighter, take a respected person, and they'll put you in with one of their guys, a Top Rank guy. But under the circumstances, if you look under the hood and boxing, you'll know that it's kind of not on the up and up. So I could give you examples. Nicholas Walters, right? Lomachenko and Nicholas Walters were negotiating for a fight in the summer. His fight before that was Jason Sosa, a draw, right? So if they would have completed it and did it in the summer, then it wouldn't have been that much inactivity. However, they fell apart. The fight negotiations with Nicholas Walters and Team Lomachenko fell apart over money. They did not want to budge and give Nicholas Walters the money he was asking for. So Top Rank gave Lomachenko a fight, right? And he got a knockout win, and they shelved Nicholas Walters, right? And then they came back to Nicholas Walters when he had ballooned up in weight and he was much bigger in his offseason, probably didn't have his money together, because if you're a prize fighter, you got to fight. You know what I mean? That's your commission. That's your salary. So they kind of starved him out, shelved him, and then later came back, offered him less money, and then Lomachenko beat him, and he kind of quit in the fight because he had been on a long layoff and stuff. And then that's when they started pushing that Lomachenko stuff, saying, oh, he's making everybody quit Lomachenko. But you should have, you could have fought Lomachenko right after Nicholas Walters knocked out Nonito Donaire. That was like a career highlight for him, right? The Axeman. He was looking very dangerous. But again, Top Rank does this. They got great matchmakers. So they'll have certain guys, but then you look at their last fight, they didn't look good, or they're coming off a draw or loss or inactivity. Look at Jared Anderson and Charles Martin. I get it. It wasn't the initial opponent, but it's always guys off long layoffs and stuff like that. So you could get mad, but that's what it is with Edwin. But if Edwin has fully bounced back health wise and he fights like he's talking, then yeah, it's a dangerous fight. I heard Keyshawn was chinny, to be honest. I heard that in boxing circles, that Keyshawn doesn't have the most reliable chin, but he is a good fighter, and you have to catch a person to expose that. So given the inactivity and stuff like that, it makes it a very interesting fight. But Edwin De Los Santos at his best, he could be a problem for anybody. But again, the Top Rank matchmaking, this is kind of what they do, where they'll give a guy like Artem Haratunian for Shakur, remember? And Artem was coming off a loss where he almost got stopped to Frank Martin, and he hadn't fought in a year. That's kind of the matchmaking we see from Top Rank. So when they beat somebody, it looks almost amplified. Like if Keyshawn beats Edwin De Los Santos and looks better or stops Edwin, then people will be like, oh man, Shakur didn't even do all that with Edwin. But Shakur fought a fresher, more active Edwin before he had the health scare. You know what I mean? So you got to know your boxing to know what I'm talking about. That's my only concern for the fight. But if everything's on the up and up, my fear is this. I will be able to tell if Edwin De Los Santos go in there and he looked like shot or a shell of his former self, then to me it's kind of cap. You know what I mean? If he go in there and have like a sturdy effort, even if he loses, I'm fine with that. But if it looked like some of these like WWE type fights where it looked like the person never fought a day in their life, nah, that's cap. But at the end of the day, we shall see what it is. Now, if you want to stream like your boy Ego, use my link in the description for StreamYard. I have affiliate links. StreamYard, I use it to do my live streams. Very intuitive, easy to use, even if you're just now getting started. There's a commercial at the end of this video. Make sure you watch it for more information. Click the link. Appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Keyshawn Davis and Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin warns the boy.